Hello everybody, so welcome back to my channel. So I have not done a video for a while, but today's video I will be talking about Walt Disney, his life, just like I talk about the Gene Kelly video on his life so I might tell you a little bit about Walt Disney. Now I know everything about Walt Disney, but I'm not gonna tell you like the whole story, but I'm gonna tell you like a little bit what I know about Walt Disney and stuff. But anyways, so he was this movie. It's called Walt. It's called Walt, the Man Behind the Me. But you can see right here. But you can see right here, just talks a little bit about him. So anybody who is big fan of Walt Disney should get this. And of course, everybody knows who Walt Disney is because he created the parks and his other famous movies that he did. Famous producer and director. And he always wants to make everyone's day. He always wants to make everyone have a place where everybody can be together when he created the park. He always has a dream. Okay, so anyways, now let's talk about the Walt. Okay, so as you know, Walt was born in 1907. He was born in Chicago with his family, but then his family and he moved to Chicago. No, wait a minute, I have it wrong. He was born in Chicago in 1970. I'm sorry, but then they moved to Marceline, Missouri. And Walt had a terrible life working farm, but he always has a dream what he might want to do in the future. So anyways, Walt began his first job when he was about this young boy. He started being a newspaper boy. Hand around old newspaper boys to everybody in town. Back then, they had to sell newspapers to everybody in the town. But nowadays, they don't have those boys selling newspapers around anymore because that was kind of odd. So everybody could just grab a newspaper everywhere they want. So yeah, and then when Walt decided, he went to the army, the army of the Navy to fight a war, but then he helped with other doctors and he helped with other doctors and his other team to work for the Navy and stuff. But then he set out drawings for the Navy and to the war and stuff. That's what he had to do in the war. But then he returned back home to his family and stuff. But then by the time when he graduated and stuff, and he got done with the war and stuff, he decided he wants to do a living artist, and he wants to do like these short cartoons. I think it was Chicago but then he had his own set to do these short cartoons, and he called them lithograms. All cartoons that he would do, these all black and white cartoons for anything, hoping that he would get so famous and stuff. And then it wasn't long until he met his wife, and his wife was looking for a place for a job, and then someone told her there was a man who working on this old cartoons, maybe he can help you with the job. And so when they presented, so Walt would take her home first to the other girl's home. But then they decided to get married, they were happily good together. But then when they had their first baby, girl was named, can't remember what Walt's daughter's name, but they had a first baby. But then Walt, he wanted adopted another children, but his wife couldn't have any more baby because he already had one when she's pregnant with the other first one, Walt's daughter he had. And then Walt decided to adopt, and he wanted to adopt another girl for his daughter's sister, and his sister was babysitted, so that's how Walt has two baby sisters. One first one and one adopted. And then, but by the time then, Walt went to Hollywood, and he wants to do other live action cartoons as well. But then he thought an idea to make a cartoon. The first one character he did was Oswald. The Oswald is the old rabbit, which that character did not make it as very good. It wasn't a really success and stuff like that. And so Walt had to go on a train with his wife. They were going someplace to the. Walt was trying to think of an idea of what new character he can think of, and Walt thought, I think I would make a character created with Mickey. I think I would create a mouse. I think I'll call him Mortimer. But then his wife says, "Oh, Mortimer, I don't like the Mortimer. What about Mickey?" And Walt thought it'd be a good idea to name him Mickey. And so Walt created Mickey Mouse was the first character that he ever saw debut. And did you know that Walt is the voice of Mickey Mouse? Yeah, he was the voice of Mickey Mouse, but he didn't need to find anybody else who do the voice of Mickey Mouse, but he can do it himself, talk to Mickey, and he thought that was really perfect. And so, when Mickey Mouse got to be famous, it made Walt famous, and his Mickey Mouse character was a really big success. Yeah, big success. And then the other cartoons he did was the first color was Flowers and Trees, and it got won by the Academy Awards picture for this picture and stuff. And not only that, he wants to make solo cartoons, but also he found this old sword. It was an old sword movie. It was old Snow White, and Walt saw this when he saw it was little kid. He thought it was a good idea to do a live action, to do a Walt. He thought it'd be a good idea to do a live animation for Snow White. So he worked an idea for storyboards, and all his animators and all of his animators would listen how the story would go about the Snow White one. And Snow White was the first Disney animation movie to be first Disney movie he ever made, before Sleeping Beauty and Cinderella. And then Snow White it was the most biggest success because nobody ever seen the live action stuff, so it was really a big, really success and stuff. By then, he continued making other movies, other Disney great movies such as Pinocchio and Fantasia and Bambi and other great Disney movies. What he did and done, it goes on and on and on and on. So yeah, and and then when Walt was watching his little kids at the park, he thought of an idea when he was sitting on a bench. When he was sitting on the bench, was eating his little bit of the popcorn and stuff. So little bit of popcorn and stuff. He bought an idea. Why don't I build a park where the parents and the children could have fun together? And so he thought of an idea to do a great park. He said I felt that it should be something built, some kind of a mural place built where the parents and the children could have fun together. And so he thought of an idea. His first park what he built was Disneyland. And so Disneyland was the first park that he ever done before he done Walt Disney World and stuff. And so he loved his park so much that he would drive on his little little truck thing. Some people thought that he was just being a little silly, crazy, but what he was trying to do is just trying to play fun with his toy and some. Yep, and so yeah, and so right after, and so the park was a future system, but then what Walt did not like about his park, there was structures and buildings that he did not like. He did not like his park being around the restaurants and cheap hotels, because it was in the way because of his Disneyland, and he did not like that around his park. So Walt thought an idea for another park he bought to do it in Florida, which Florida is Walt Disney World, and he wanted to find a bigger land where no other construction buildings can be around his land of his park. You know what I mean? So, and then he sent out his coach watchers to watch and make sure that no other construction going on was built around his park building. And let's see, and then when he built that, his dream of his park at Disney World, he also wanted to build a Epcot. Now Epcot was going to be different than all rest of Epcot. It was going to be about how the change the world goes and other stuff. But that his dream never really made it, because they wanted to do something with the half of the world and the globe, or some things like that. So his other project didn't make it perfect, and so when Walt Disney World opened, it was such a big success and stuff. And then prior to that, the same day that Walt Disney World opened, it was the Jungle Book 2. It was the Jungle Book 2 that opened premiere up same day as the I think the same day as the Disney World opened. So but sadly Walt did not get to see his dream park and his Jungle Book. He died in December in 1959. So, and yeah, and it was so sad because everybody misses Walt, because he created the most amazing ideas. He was the most sweetest and generous man, and he was the creative guy who created every Disney movie park, and he meets them. And I think that's a little about it about Walt Disney. That's what I can tell you, but they say Disney World is now the top song in U.S. and any other parks, the most famous. But they never forget about Walt. Walt would always say, Disneyland is an idea for a dream, and heart by Queen America, with a hope that it's a joy and inspiration to all the world. So that's what he would say. And so I think that is it what I'm telling you about Walt. So yeah, so I hope you learned this. I hope you would watch this and I hope you would learn this about everything about history about Walt. Now, this movie, it just tells you a little about the whole thing of Walt, but I just gave some of these Walt telling, because now it's going to take an hour to tell the whole story of Walt, but I only tell like a little bit about it, so it won't be too long. So I just want to tell you the story and idea of Walt, and I hope you enjoy this video and hope you like this. So yeah, that is the story about Walt. So please subscribe to this channel. If you like this channel, please subscribe to this channel. So hope everyone has a good day, and stay tuned for some more videos. So hope everyone goes day. So bye.